Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, and today is Top 5 Wednesday. So Top 5 Wednesday is, as always, hosted by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and I will post a link to the Goodreads group, if I remember, down below so you can check out topics and participants and other videos. The entire month of May is a little bit of a free-for-all. We're all picking past topics. So everyone's doing something a little bit different, and today I decided to do my favorite book covers. Now there are a lot of options here, especially because as an American living in the UK, I have two different sets of covers to deal with here. So I decided to pick some recent covers that I really loved. The first book that I wanted to mention is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, because no list of beautiful book covers would be complete without this. I'm very fortunate to have gotten the UK edition with the sprayed edges, and actually I think this copy is signed, because I think she went to do a signing at my local bookstore, and I wasn't interested at that point in time, and I picked this up like 2 weeks later, so that was fun. But I think that this is just such a beautiful cover. I love this moth image so much, which fits so perfectly with the book, which, if you read the book, you know, but I think it's just such an incredibly beautiful cover. The next book in this duology, Muse of Nightmares, is coming out, and they've released the cover image for the UK, and it's very similar to this, but it's kind of a brownish color, and I'm not wild about it, I have to admit. I think that part of what makes this so beautiful is this sort of wonderful royal blue color. I'm still going to be getting the brown Muse of Nightmares book because, you know, kind of have to. Next up, I have The Queens of Innis Lear. This is by Tessa Gratton, and this is one that I actually bought 2 or 3 days ago at the time of this filming. I love this so much. We're seeing a little bit of a theme here with royal blue and gold. I just think this is so beautiful. It's so eye-catching, and also, we don't have the kind of images on the front, but the spine is really lovely as well. I feel like, as with Strange the Dreamer, whoever designed this cover needs a raise because it's absolutely beautiful. This makes me want to pick up this book without knowing anything about it. Next up is a much newer release, and I had this on hold with my library, and then I saw what the cover looked like in person, and I had to get it in hardcover because it's just so beautiful. This is Circe by Madeline Miller. Now I realize no one can agree on how Circe is actually pronounced, but this is how my high school teacher said it, so that's what I'm sticking with. So first of all, look at this beautiful shininess. This is close, but not quite the same as what I think the Muse of Nightmares cover will look like, the sequel to Strange the Dreamer, which was the first book. I think that this is a much more beautifully done sort of version of that color because it is so shiny and lovely, and I really like the black that goes with it as well. Unlike those other two books, we actually have a design underneath, which I love. This is such a nice surprise. And the spine is really lovely as well, and bonus, beautiful maps too. Next up is a book that's making some waves on book Twitter for maybe all the wrong reasons at the moment, but this is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. So I really love the simplicity of this cover. I think it's really beautiful. To me, this looks like an adult fantasy book. Apparently it looks like a young adult fantasy book to a lot of people. That's not the case. I think that this is just a really lovely, simple cover. You have the smoke and you have the orange on the black and white, and I think it's just so beautiful. I just really like having the detail of something. It doesn't necessarily have to be an entire embossed front cover, but having something like on the spine, I just love so much. You know that some designer or editorial person is just waiting for people to take the cover off the book and check this out. Last but certainly not least on this list is A Skinful of Shadows by Frances Hardinge. This is easily one of my favorite book covers of last year. I think it's so beautiful, and this jacket is matte, which I really love. It's a really nice feeling, and I feel like you don't necessarily get that all the time. You usually get a little bit more of a glossy cover, but I think that the matte works really well here. Also have a little bit of gold foil, which makes it sparkle just that little bit. What's really nice about this is, very similar to Circe, you actually have something here under the cover. I love this so much, and again, it's not shiny at all. It's just like slightly embossed, and I think that this is so gorgeous. Also, look at the spine. We've got bears on the spine. It's amazing. there you have it, a nice little list of book cover porn. So let me know in the comments below if you also really love these covers, if you have covers that I didn't mention that you really like, or if you are a book magpie like myself and will buy a book because of its cover. So if you enjoyed this video, I frequently participate in Top 5 Wednesday and post other bookish content to this channel, so hit subscribe and I will see you next time.